Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word. Thanks for watching. Today we are continuing our study with the book of Matthew. We are in chapter 8. Today we are going to be reading Matthew 8 verses... Oh, I lost my place here. Matthew 8 verses... 8 verses 14 through 17. Okay? So, and this is how Peter's mother-in-law was healed. Okay, let me address one thing to start right off with is this. The Catholic Church has a popular teaching that Peter was a single guy. How can you have a mother-in-law if you're a single guy? Impossible. It's not possible. All right? So, this discredits that belief that Peter was a single guy. No, he was married. All right, you don't hear about his wife in the Bible, but anyway, we have evidence here that he had a wife because he had a mother-in-law. All right, so let me read here. It says this: when Jesus came into Peter's house, he saw Peter's mother-in-law lying in the bed with a fever. Now, Jesus was traveling around, but that seemed like it was his home base right around that area, and so a good chance he was like staying with Peter a lot. Okay. Verse 15, he touched her hand and the fever left her, and she got up and began to wait on him. Look what happened here. He touched her. Okay. He touched her, just like we saw with the leper. He touched the leper. All right. And she got up and began to wait on him. This was an immediate healing. This wasn't like, and if I have a fever and I'm sick, it takes me a while to recover. After I get my fever breaks, I don't get up and go, oh, let me go out and just do a nice bike ride and prepare food for a bunch of people. That doesn't happen, okay? But in this case, it did happen. Jesus healed her. Verse 16, when evening came, many who were demon-possessed were brought to him, and he drove out the spirits with the word and healed all the sick. This was to fulfill what was spoken through the prophet Isaiah. He took up our infirmities and bore our diseases. Okay? Now, what I just read, that last part, he took up our infirmities and bore our diseases. Okay? Matthew he does a good job of quoting and showing how Jesus fulfilled the Old Testament. And then he actually quotes those actual scriptures. So, let me take you back to Isaiah 53:4. Oops, dropped my paper here. Isaiah 53:4. So if you have your Bibles here like I do, Isaiah 53:4 says this: surely he took our pain and bore our suffering. Okay? And you can read all of Isaiah 53 if you want to. If you read that, you're going to be like, wow, this tells a lot about Jesus. Okay? In the future. And Isaiah was many, many years before Jesus, but he prophesied everything, all these things about Jesus, and especially Isaiah 53. But specifically verse 4 where it says, surely he took our pain and bore our suffering. Okay, so that's going right along with what I just read. He took our infirmities and bore our diseases. Okay, so Jesus came to fulfill that prophecy. All right, what I want you to also see from this passage is this. We've talked about 3 miracles that have happened so far after the Sermon on the Mount. Okay. Jesus healed 3 different people, all right? And if you look at those three people, they were the lowliest of people, all right? Other people didn't want to touch them and so forth, all right? So the first person that we talked about several days ago, was the leper, okay? No one touched a leper. You were supposed to stay far away from a leper. Well, Jesus went and touched the leper and instantly healed the leper, okay? So that's the first person he touched. The next person he touches is the centurion's servant. Okay? He's now healing a servant. All right? So he goes from healing a leper, which no one would touch, to healing a servant, which like, oh, we don't want to mess with the servants. Then, this last one, he's healing a woman. All right? And you're like, oh, big deal, he healed a woman. No, it was a huge deal back then because the women were not treated like they are today. Okay? We've had, since Christianity has come on the earth, since the Bible times, women have been elevated and elevated and elevated, okay? It's other societies that don't have the Bible, and don't follow the Bible, that they've kept the woman down, okay? Look around. You'll see it. What I say is true. Okay. But back then, the woman was not elevated at all and was treated like a slave. Okay, pretty much. And so Jesus comes and he's like, who needs to be healed in this house? Well, it looks like a woman needs to be healed. And he heals the woman. So right off the bat, Jesus is healing the lowliest of people. He's healing the leper, then he's healing the servant, then he's healing the woman. Okay? He's not healing, the kings and all that stuff. He's going after the lowliest people. Amazing, the God we serve. Okay? So I wanted to point that out to you today and show you that. That is just, it's very interesting what happens here. Thanks for watching. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word, and I'll see you tomorrow as we continue going through the book of Matthew. Lord's blessing to you. See you then.